What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Review of the game today. Norwich against Arsenal. 2-2 draw. Freddie Ljungbergs' first game in charge. Disappointing. Really disappointing. I expected a reaction from the team. I think we pressed better from the front. I think in the first half there were positive signs there that we looked like we had a little bit of movement about us and an interchange of passing. It looked a little bit better, but defensively we were absolutely shocking today. I mean, it was embarrassing at times. Freddie, of course, is in charge on a temporary basis. I felt like he picked the wrong team today. I'm not going to slaughter Freddie Ljungberg because he's coming to help on a short-term basis. But Mustafi, first start in the Premier League all season, and he had a shocker today. You know, Mustafi and David Luiz is a recipe for disaster. So I was disappointed with Freddie picking that defence. And also Pepe not coming on as well, man. 72 million, opportunity for him under a different manager to rebuild his confidence. And you don't even bring him on, you know. So question marks have to be asked about that decision. Also Kolasinac playing over Tierney was disappointing. I think overall, 2-2 was probably a fair result. Aubameyang, 2 quality goals. Let's get into the player ratings anyway. Bernd Leno, 9 out of 10. Man of the match today. Made an incredible save with his left hand. They tipped onto the post. I mean, that's one of the saves of the season. Just imagine how good he would actually be if we had a decent defence in front of him. He was superb today. We'd have probably lost the game if it wasn't for him. I give him a 9. Going from near the top of the ratings to the bottom is Callum Chambers, and I'm giving him 1 out of 10 today. I give him 1 because he tried hard. I take off the other possible 9 points off him because he couldn't cross, he couldn't defend, he couldn't do anything. Every single cross he put in hit the first man. Defensively, he got ram ragged. I seen their winger, that Montero, flicking the ball over his head. He was taking the mick out of him. Chambers, I think he wants to be at the club. His effort and determination can't be faulted, but he's not good enough. Simple as that. He's been relegated twice in his 2 loans. At centre-back, maybe he's slightly better. Then at right-back, he's shaky. And today, he was completely out of his depth. So I give Callum Chambers 1 out of 10. Squadron Mustafi, first Premier League start of the season, and I hope that's his last Premier League start of the season, and I give him a 1. He was absolutely disgraceful today. He got nutmegged 3 or 4 times. For some reason, when he goes to block a shot, he moves to one side and the ball goes the other side away from him. Stand up, make yourself as big as possible. The guy's terrible, and again, he needs to be moved on in January. He shouldn't have started. Freddie, that's a mistake. He was terrible, 1 out of 10. David Luiz, terrible as well. He just runs out of position. It's like his mind goes, I want to attack, and then thinks, oh no, I've got to defend, and runs back and recovers. He was awful. Few good passes, but defensively shocking as well. I give him a 2. Kolasinac, awful. Crossing was poor. Didn't get done that much defensively, so I'll give him a 5. I think he was the best out of the back 4, but still not good. Going to the midfield, Xhaka, to be fair, he was okay today. Once or twice he got caught on the ball. He was okay. I give him a... Xhaka. You know what? I don't know whether to give him a 5 or a 6. A 6 is an average performance. And, even the time where he could have slipped Lacazette in the first half, he gives the ball away. I give him a 5. We go to Joe Willock. I thought he started the game well, made some great runs, like them Aaron Ramsey runs. The third man runner going beyond the striker, played well. Second half came out and just looked a totally different player. I think he was tired from the hard work in the first half. Gave the ball away a few times in the second half and brought his performance down a little bit. I give him a 5 as well. Then we go to Mesut Ozil. Put a few decent corners in today, but all in all, he was poor. Didn't get involved in the game enough. He played some nice passes in the first half. I'll give Mesut a 5. Needs to be involved in the game more. There was a time in the second half we had a chance to shoot and he just couldn't get no power in his shot. It's like he's got no shooting power. So that's Ozil. We'll go to Lacazette. Poor today. Should have scored in the first half. I thought his goals last week against Southampton would have, rejuvenated him, got Lacazette back. He's really just not playing great this season, and I'm going to give Lacazette a 4. Some decent hold-up play, but didn't look like scoring again. Aubameyang, for me, the best player at the club. For me, the only player that is consistently performing at a high standard. People talk about his all-round game being slightly limited. I agree. You look at him today; he was almost playing right wing back at times. It was, I don't understand the positioning. Again, question Ljungberg there. Where are you playing him? The penalty was controversial. Obviously, he misses the first one, and then encroachment. He takes it again. His second penalty is probably the best penalty I've seen him take for Arsenal. He relies on the goalkeeper going the wrong way and just sliding it the other way. But you've actually got to take penalties in a way that if the goalkeeper goes the right way, he's still not going to save it. And the second penalty was that powerful side netting. I think he's got 10 league goals this season in a team that doesn't create enough, that has been poor going forward. And just imagine how many goals he would score if we actually attack properly. Aubameyang, I give him 9 out of 10, and he put a great shift in as well. I'd make Leno man of the match at 9, but I'll give Aubameyang 9 as well, equally as good. Look at the subs. Torreira came on, didn't do a lot. I give him a 5. Saka came on, shouldn't have come on in my opinion. Martinelli and Pepe should have come on ahead of him. Gave the ball away a few times. One time he broke down the left, put a cross in, but I give him a 5. Martinelli came on late, put a good cross in where it broke to Torreira, had the shot. Gave us a little something. I give him a 5 as well. Freddie Ljungberg, first game in charge. We was hoping for that new manager bounce, as they call it. I felt like the players did react initially, but the defence is not good enough. And I go back to a saying that Sonny said on AFTV last season. He said, if you put a horse on a donkey, it's still a donkey. It don't matter if it looks like a horse. And we've got donkeys in our defence. Doesn't matter if they're in this nice Adidas kit, mate. They're still rubbish. You could make a case that every one of that back four today should be dropped. Bellerin over Chambers, Tierney over Kolasinac, maybe Holding over Mustafi, and maybe Socrates over Luiz, although I do still think Luiz is slightly better than Socrates, but you could make that point. So Ljungberg today, Mustafi shouldn't have started, Kolasinac shouldn't have started, Xhaka maybe shouldn't have started, and Pepe should have definitely come on earlier, and Martinelli should have come on earlier. So all in all, I'll give Freddie Ljungberg a 5. I think he tried, but I think he got it wrong, and his substitutions were poor. Actually, I'm going to give him a 4, because I think Norwich were there for the taking. They didn't play great, and I think if they played any half-decent team today, they would have lost. And I don't think they played great, and I think Norwich will be sitting in the change room thinking, that was quite an easy draw. So disappointing overall. I think Arsenal fans, we need to almost write off the top 4. If we get it, it's a bonus, but don't go into these games thinking we need to get top 4, we're chasing it. I'm just watching it with a relaxed mentality now. Top 4 is disappearing. If we can get a run together and rescue it, then great. But in my head, I'm feeling like we have to win the Europa League, and that's probably our only chance of top 4. And also, I think the board now need to react and actually realise that we need a permanent manager to be appointed. We're sort of in limbo at the moment. Freddie's here, but we're looking for someone else. And who that'll be, whether it's Rodgers, whether it's Allegri, whether it's Pochettino, whoever we're going for, make the decision quick and help this team. Don't forget, like, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate all your support. Curtis Shaw TV. And let me know what you think. What did you think Ljungberg did wrong today? What team would you have picked? What would you pick for the next game? And who would you like as the next Arsenal manager? Keep subscribing. Bless.